How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the FightGods podcast. So today we're going to be talking about the UFC Fight Night featuring Sean Strickland and Nazadine. So, not going to fake. The UFC has been giving us some weak cards as of late, in my opinion. But it's a couple decent fights on here. I don't think anything on the prelims is that good. Don't really know any of these guys. But we have Umar Nurmagomedov going against, I don't know how to say this guy's name, Barcelo. I'm gonna call him Barcelos.
I'm gonna take Nurmagomedov.
You can never go wrong going with somebody that's 15-0 or somebody with that long ass
That's what I'm
last
saying.
name.
Like, we'll take him for the win. Maybe for some money down. Maybe not.
The odds are probably terrible. He's probably like minus
Probably.
700
I
or
might
something
take the
like
other
that.
dude just to put some spice into it. But yeah.
I was telling somebody, anytime you see one of those dudes with one of them long beards and no mustache,
yeah, you know what time it
you
is.
in good hands. Then we got Caitlin Vieira versus Raquel Pennington. I think that's gonna be a good fight.
Maybe. I don't know. First card of the year. I'm not too sure about it, honestly. It might just lead up to decision.
Who you got? If you had to put some money on it, who you taking?
I'd take Caitlin.
Okay, I think that's the right choice. Let me see.
Yeah.
She's on the spree right now. Like she 1 second, let me double check, make sure I'm right. I know she just beat Holly Holmes. Let me just make sure. Yeah, she beat Holly Holmes in May via split decision. It was a tough fight, but she's starting to get the rub. She beat Holly Holmes, and then she beat Misha Tate too.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think Misha Tate is what she used to be, but it's still a good name to have on your resume. And I think she's starting to get that rub from her. And then Raquel Pennington, she's always wanted to be one of them fighters that's like, like she's not. She's like a tweener. Like she could be really good, but she also like she's
she
not.
Has some. She have her moments.
Some days she shows up and she
yeah.
performs, and like other days it's like, that wasn't like, me in there. She is currently on a. Oh, that's cool. She's currently on a 1, 2, 3. She's on a 4-fight winning streak, and her last loss was to Holly Holmes, who the other girl just beat. Okay. Who Caitlin just beat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Caitlin on that.
So the UFC math says Caitlin should win.
Hopefully, but yeah, I got her in the decision.
Decision?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe it's because we haven't had any fights recently in like almost a month. But I feel like we're gonna have a lot of finishes.
I don't think so. I feel like this just might be. Honestly, I feel like it's gonna be another boring card. We already got like 3 cancellations, only 5 fights for like the main card. Yeah, I just think it's just gonna be just another. Just trying to get the cobwebs out the system. Yeah. Start of the year.
I don't know. I got that feeling it's gonna be some finishes. I don't know.
We shall see.
We'll see. Put me on record. I think it's gonna be a lot of finishes, a decent amount. I'm gonna go with at least 4 finishes. At least 4 finishes. I'm gonna up it. I'm going with 5 finishes, at least. And then we have Dan Ige versus Damon Jackson.
Never heard of these guys in my life, honestly. So,
you don't know 50K Ige? I know Dan Ige. I know both of them. Dan Jackson, he's cool. He's another one of those guys that's kind of like in the middle of the pack. He has a record of 22-4. When Dan Ige has a record of 15-6. Let me see. I kind of feel like Damon Jackson's. He's very hittable. I feel like he gets hit a lot.
Okay.
I could be making this up in my head, but he's currently on a 1, 2, 3, a 4-fight winning streak. Let me see. He won his last fight. He won by submission. The one before that, he won by unanimous decision. One before that, he won by arm triangle, and one before that, he won by decision. So either subs you out or he gets a decision. And Dan Ige I say he's kind of a brawler. He has pretty good technique, but he's definitely a striker. Let me see. He is currently on a 3-fight losing streak.
I'm gonna go with him. I think he might turn it around.
But if you look at the names he lost to, he's losing to some killers though. He lost to Josh Emmett. Then he lost to Chong Jong.
Chung Jong.
Man, these names be hard. So he's on a 3-fight losing streak, but he's fighting like Josh Emmett's getting ready to fight for interim belt in February.
Okay.
So like he's one of the top fighters in the world. And then we have Sean Strickland versus Nasruddin.
I'm gonna go with Nasruddin just because we literally just got done watching the interview with Sean, talking about I haven't been doing anything for like the last month. I was prepared to go on snowboarding vacation, yada yada yada.
You're right about that.
He might be trying to go for revenge off a little controversial loss. His last fight, definitely thought he would have won against Cannonier, but yeah, they say he didn't. So honestly, I think he just probably lose to a close decision again to me. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the well, whatever his name
Sean
was.
Strickland.
No,
Are you going with Nasruddin?
Yeah, Nasruddin.
So Nasruddin right now he's currently on a 3-fight winning streak, and okay, he beat Joaquin Buckley. That was a fight, I remember it. He was in a little danger, but not much danger. He handled that pretty easily. He beat Edmund Shabazian. Edmund just came back from a break. He just won his last fight, but he was battling like some demons in his head after he lost those couple fights back to back.
Okay.
So he had some good names on his record, but I think the level of Sean Strickland's fights just been too much. Like I think he has like way more experience, and I don't love Sean Strickland. I don't love the way he fights, but he doesn't get hit a lot. He has a good output. He just fought a month ago, so like I feel like he can't be in that bad of shape.
No, yeah, I definitely think he'll have like better of a rhythm more than
Nasruddin.
Yeah, Nasruddin. But I just think he still had like kind of a month off, really. Like Nasruddin was training for this fight, so.
But Nasruddin, I think he's getting ready to fight with Kevin Gastelum, right?
Yeah.
And Gastelum's kind of like, I guess he's kind of a striker, but it's a much different.
Yeah,
like Sean Strickland.
You definitely got to prepare for like a bigger opponent now.
Sean Strickland a lot bigger, higher ranked.
Yeah,
much better defense,
range.
Better jab.
Yeah.
So if I had to put my money on it, I'm gonna go with Sean Strickland via decision. Because he doesn't really get too many finishes, and plus we don't know what his cardio is gonna be like. I feel like he's always sparring, so I feel like his cardio can't be that bad. But at the same time, it's like it is a month off.
Yeah, we shall see though.
So yeah, this isn't one of the best cards, but good way to start the year off.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, how do you feel about your boy retiring for good now? No longer a coach.
You talking about the GOAT?
Questionable.
The lightweight GOAT.
All right, I'll give you that.
Okay.
Habib, retiring officially, going into the wind, flying away, swan song and all. No more UFC Habib. He gone. No more TV Habib on TV.
I feel like he's still gonna be a big part of like the UFC or just mixed martial arts in general. I think he still has Ego FC, and then like, and then all his like brothers and they all still fight. Like, Umar getting ready to fight Saturday. Islam got a fight in February.
But he ain't gonna be in his corner. He not at the camps training him.
You don't think he gonna be in the camp? I mean the corner.
No, they say he wasn't. He ain't coaching no more.
He might just show up and
compete though.
We'll see, man. I feel like he can't leave his dudes in the corner. I feel like he might not be running training camps like he was, but I feel like he's still gonna be in the corner. We'll see about that.
I doubt that. I feel like my man's ready to be just a family man now.
I feel like everything he did, he showed up and he like did it quick. Like even this UFC run, it wasn't the longest. He retired at I think like 32 years old. Like it's not
something like that.
Yeah, he was still very dominant. Still had a lot left in the tank. Didn't take really any damage. I think he lost 2 rounds his whole career. So he got in, got out, and then with coaching, man, it was looking like he's going on. He's about to get ready to become one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Do you think this will affect Islam's performance
in February?
Yes.
That I don't know. I don't like the fact that he left him.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that he left. Like, I don't even know if he's in camp right now. I'm guessing he probably would be, or getting ready to go
Islam?
in camp. Yeah.
Yeah, he been posting it on Instagram, social media.
But yeah, it's kind of like, if he is like not even in camp, like gone, like I'm just staying, chilling at home, gone. It is kind of like a big loss because you just lose all that like experience and knowledge, basically. So
And it's just a simple fact, like, you know how you walk in with your dog, like, I got big dog with me.
yeah, I walk in my dog, got the goat right behind me.
Like, oh
this
yeah.
division.
Somebody, I can't think of who it was. He was like, oh yeah, when I walk in, I think it was what's called Usman. He's like, yeah, when I walk in with Ngannou, bro, I'm good. I ain't worried about nothing. I'm like, of course, dude's massive.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like that's how it was when people walked in with Khabib. It's like like super confident. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I just know. I guess some UFC guys didn't like it because, especially like Dan Hooker, say, you know, you got a guy who's giving you all the answers to the homework and not all that yada yada yada. So I just think he's on his own now. Like not on his own, but like he's on his own. Like you don't got like one of the greatest fighters ever right beside you now. So it's like kind of like you got to face it on your own now.
When Dan Hooker said that, he was definitely like salty from just losing in the first round in like 2 minutes. Or I think he said that before he lost.
He said it before the fight.
But I figured that's what a coach is for, right? Like that's literally the point of the coach to give you. That's like
but none of the coaches like consider like a GOAT of UFC.
Yeah, it ain't his fault. He got all this experience. He been doing it since he was 4 years old, wrestling bears. But I feel like it's gonna have a slight impact. I don't think it's gonna be like these dudes been doing this since they can walk.
Yeah,
like true. It's cool doing it with your brother, but at the same time, it's like to them.
It's just I feel like it's just a loss of routine. Like, oh, he's just not here, so it's like kind of just feels like a loss. Like you're not a part of this anymore. So
yeah, I'm with you, and I also think the fact that like they super devout Muslim, I think that helps them with the whole discipline thing. Because like if he was gone, and then I just had to worry about them being knuckleheads and goofing around, then I'd be a little concerned. But like these dudes don't drink, don't smoke, don't party, don't eat certain foods. So like all they do is train.
Like, it's still fighting at the end of the day. Like you still got to perform anyways. So I don't know. I don't think it makes it like more of an interesting card, but it's something to keep an eye on to me. Like
I feel
see how he comes out next.
In my bones, I feel like Khabib gonna be there, man, because he really is the one that called out Volk. Like Islam didn't do it. Khabib was like, next we're going for the pound for pound status. Then Volk came in here.
Yeah, we shall see.
I feel like you can't call a dude out then leave.
I got Volk winning anyways, like before that, but I always had Volk. So
I was like 99% confident in Islam winning, but now that Khabib's gone, I'm like 92.
Yeah, I'm putting my money on Volk, but I think he's gonna come out and show out. But
I think Volk too strong. I mean, too short, and I feel like Islam's just too strong. Like I feel like once he grabs Volk, he gonna show him like it's the reason we got weight divisions.
I mean, we shall see because we have we seen Volk at 155 before.
He's fought there. We have not in the UFC. I think he's fought there, and I think he fought at like 180 before or something like that. Well, yeah, he definitely fought at some other weights.
We shall see what Volk do at 155. You know, probably got a little more energy to him instead of like cutting all the way to 145. You know,
he always has a good gas tank though.
Yeah. So I definitely think it's an interesting card though.
We'll see. I think it's gonna be a good card, but I just don't think Volk got. The only way Volk can win is if he knocks him out. That's it. He not gonna out wrestle him.
He might 2-piece that nigga. I don't really think nobody's gonna knock each other out in that fight.
I got Islam finishing Volk. I want to say
by submission or knockout.
By submission.
Okay, I see that.
I want to say 3 rounds or less, but just because I respect Volk so much, I want to. My brain telling me 3. No, my heart telling me 3 or less. My brain telling me 4 or less.
I could see Volk winning by decision or Islam winning by submission.
If Islam win, he finishing Volk, and if Volk win,
I feel like he got by decision because I don't think he winning by like finish.
He got to knock out Islam. He's not gonna beat Islam.
I mean, he could knock out Islam. I mean, he's been knocked out before. So
that's the only way. Like he's not gonna.
When's the last time you seen Volk knock somebody out though?
Korean Zombie.
That was a TKO though?
Yeah,
that wasn't like a KO.
He was KOing him, bro. He dropped him 9 times.
He did, but it wasn't no. Oh, he out sleep.
Yeah, I don't think he gonna 1-punch Islam. I think he gonna punch daze him up a little.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He gonna 2-piece him up. Some pow
pow. TKO, not a knock. TKO.
Pow pow.
It's very rare you see like clean knockouts like this. Shut the lights out.
That ain't rare. We seen that like hella much on the last big
Not
card.
Rare, but I feel like it's a lot more TKOs than KOs.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like it's fairly even because like some of these cards, especially like the prelims, they be having like straight KOs. Like
I feel like the ref usually save you before. Like look at is Adesanya versus Pereira. I think he was about to get TK. Nah. That's what I'm saying. I think he was about to get KO'd.
But I'm saying like the prelims be like KOs. Like boys be KO'd.
I feel like these fighters now they like. Well, Usman did just get KO'd.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I think it's rare, like more TKOs than like the main card, but I feel like KOs are more prominent in prelims and stuff.
Yeah, like these dudes top tier. I think both of them on like damn near 20 fight winning streaks or something like that. Like I don't see you just go to sleep and like it's possible, but these dudes defense are really like Islam. I think Islam got the best defense in the UFC, like percentage wise. Like he gets hit less than anybody else in like UFC history. That's a crazy stat.
Yeah, we shall see.
I think he get hit like 1 or 2 times per fight. Like that's a crazy stat.
We shall see. He's still new, so it's like we shall see.
New? He ain't new.
He ain't new, but it's like
we're talking about new. He new to y'all. He's not new. He's been doing this.
Against who though? Been doing this.
Drew Dober finished him. Dan Hooker finished him. Your
Dan
boy
Hooker on his last leg.
I actually disagree with that. I think Dan Hooker got juice level. I don't think he's like top tier, but the people he was fighting was he lost to Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier one of the top 3 in the division. He lost to Islam.
Any nigga that question about putting his gloves in the middle of the ring or some shit, or he throwing them in the stands or some shit.
Man, he was on like he had just won a fight.
It's questionable though.
He was losing.
If you flirting with retirement, you questionable to me.
Man, I think it's when you see that you've been doing this your whole life. And it's people out here that still leaps and bounds better than you. Like Dan Hooker been training his whole life. Islam been training his whole life.
That boy better keep not against Izzy. That boy's he better go join Hamshad or somebody. Like he gotta reinvent himself.
Yeah, man. It's too late for him. Like he's never gonna be better.
He on his last leg.
I don't think that mean he on his last leg. It's just.
He hasn't been fighting bears his whole life. So
like he been training. It's just
he ain't been training as hard. That dude been training harder.
He might just be more talented, more gifted, better coaching. I think it's a lot to go into.
Yeah,
like, I ain't gonna say. I do think he do train harder than him, but it's like I don't think that's always the case with somebody better.
You self-proclaimed coach of the year.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, best game plans you ever seen.
I wanted to ask you. Your main man, was caught on TMZ, slapping his wife.
Oh, Dana. Yeah.
How you feel about that one?
Well, it's not funny. I would say it's funny. It's funny in the sense that he just slapped her, but he's also promoting his slap league. Dana got caught up. But definitely not a good look, especially like with him being in charge of all these, real killers. Like you in charge of all these. I think they got like 600 fighters on the roster, something like that. You in charge of all these real killers, and you out here hitting women.
Like to me, I definitely think it's like just was like a reactionary. Like I definitely don't think he like beat on his wife. I just think like it's a reactionary of you hit me, I hit you back. Like no matter if you a male or female, it's just say you hit me, I just boom right back. That's what I think it is. But then everybody else is saying like, oh yeah, he did it 4 more times. Like he slapped her like 5 times. I only seen like the first part of the video.
Oh, okay.
They're saying he's like going back more, some shit like that. I'm like, I don't
know, bro. It's definitely not a good look.
Not at all.
I don't think a man should ever put his hands on a woman. Like,
no, for real.
And it's just so. It's what I'm gonna stop saying it's funny. It's ironic because Dana's always on some. There's no place for men to hit women.
Yeah,
there's no place, and then he gets caught on camera doing.
But then it's like, how much does the UFC really punish their fighters from hitting women? And John Jones, they've been
John always
beating on his wife so much, but it's like you can get suspended, but they still gonna give him another fight at the end of the day, or a big time fight at the end of the day, give him the same pay at the end of the day. Like you're not really affecting them. Like you can't fight for like 3 more months. All right, I'm just gonna go train for those 3 months.
No, he got suspended for longer than 3 months. But also, I think John Jones is an outlier just because like he's probably the most talented dude.
But it's like
gloves.
It's the most talented versus the owners. It's like he's really not gonna get punished in my opinion, or he's not stepping down in my opinion. Like I feel like all the people with real power, they love Dana, and he's kind of like he is like the face of the UFC right now, since there isn't like no Conor or something like that. So like he is like the face of the UFC. Like there is no like right now to me like there's no fighter bigger than like the UFC brand right now.
I agree with that.
Just like he's still the face.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get punished. He already came out with his apology statement saying, there's no place for it. He took full ownership for it. And then Disney, they gonna just let it die down. I don't think he's gonna face any. He just did another interview yesterday. I think I didn't have a chance to watch it yet.
He had that press conference today, wasn't it?
I thought it was yesterday. Was it today?
It was one of those.
I seen it. I just ain't watched it.
It was recent, very recent.
But it's a terrible look.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't do it more often than we seen. But yeah, it's just a bad look. Honestly, no man should be hitting women.
Yeah.
Especially not like Dana, because he walks around saying you shouldn't do it.
If you got that power.
Then you got the power. You in charge of all these real life trained killers. And then she's a little woman too. It ain't like she's like
like Dana, you a fucking giant of a man. Like
man, Dana's not even that big. It's just some fact.
Not even that big anymore, but he's still like
he been hitting the weights every damn day.
You a grown ass man still. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I think it's a bad look. Hopefully, Dana get his act together.
Yeah.
That's the end of it. We see of it. It was one other thing I think I wanted to talk about. What was it? Talked about the UFC. Talked about that. I don't know. Anything else you got coming? Anything else coming up in the fight world you want to talk about?
Not really. I can't really think of anything so far.
Oh, what do you think about that's what we gotta talk about. What do you think about Jamal Hill and Glover Teixeira getting ready to come up? And that's the end of this month, ain't it?
Yeah, it's this month.
Yeah.
Moreno and them on that card too. No, 4.
I'm tired now.
I'm tired. I see that fight.
I got Figueiredo winning that.
I don't even care about that fight. Honestly, whoever wins, this should be like the last time they fight for good. Unless it's like a controversial ending. Man, everybody got Figueiredo written, but they give it to Moreno.
I don't even care.
The shit.
Whoever wins is over with.
But Jamal here at Glover. It's like a weird matchup to me. It's like Jamal Hill, just this skinny old, like random dude. Glover, just this big giant brawler of a dude. It's a weird fight to me, but honestly, I'm gonna go Glover. Sometimes I think Jamal Hill get in a little trouble at times, so I'm gonna go Glover. I got Glover finish him actually, like a TKO actually, not KO, but a TKO. I feel like he's gonna put the pause on him, really.
Really? It's tough because like Jamal Hill, I think got better striking than Glover. Yeah. He definitely has more power than Glover. Jamal been putting people to sleep. Yeah. Look what he did to Johnny Walker. He put Johnny. Look what he did to Thiago Santos.
Yeah.
It was one other dude too. He been knocking out everybody. Like not just he been knocking them out. Like so yeah, he been finishing them soon too. I think Jamal got the rub though after that Santos fight. I think he finished Santos in round 5, and he was just laying on the ground. He like, I'm here, or I made it. Like I feel like that was his moment. Like he took the torch, and he was like, oh, I really deserve to be here because he was finishing people, but they weren't like the highest level or the highest caliber of fighter. But then he finished Santos, who gave John Jones a tough time even on one leg.
Yeah,
and he was like, oh, I'm here. I really made it. So I feel like going into this fight, he like, oh, I'm here. I ain't got nothing to lose. It's a short notice fight, so even if he lose, I feel like his status don't go down that much. Glover, it's been almost. I know it's been a year plus since he fought Yuri. I want to say
this could be his last fight, honestly, though. I think second to last.
He said if he wins the title, he's not gonna retire. But if he loses it, it's probably over with for him. So I always think it's a bad sign when you're thinking about hanging it up.
Nah, because remember when he did that to Jan? He was almost out the door.
Yeah, but Jan showed up there and fought terrible. Like,
yeah, that was one of the worst. Get to his head.
That was one of the worst performances I ever seen.
It's something about a man with they job on the line. You know, they gonna leave it all out there. So it's like, to me, man, if I get knocked out, cool. But I'm gonna leave it all out here. I'm gonna leave the gloves in the ring. I'm leaving it all out.
I also think the fact that Yuri put all that damage on him. Like, Glover ain't no spring chicken, so
yeah.
I know it's been some time, but
it's been when they fight.
It's like almost. It's been over a year. But at the same time, that's that damage. Like, that's damage. That was a 5-round war.
I mean, but he took his time though. Like, he ain't take that like the fight on the last card, like
December.
Yeah, so it's like he's been smart with it. Like he ain't about to just take some like short notice call fight. So like, yeah, just give me some time, change up my opponents. He's still been training.
So. I don't know. I just think Glover took too much damage in that last fight. I think Jamal hits too hard. I think if Glover can get him to the floor, he might be able to sub him. But
just ground and pound on that.
Jamal kind of remind me of Derek Lewis. Like they don't got the best technique to getting up.
Yeah,
but they just big and strong. Like Derek Lewis, literally
they just get up.
I'm getting up, and he just pick you up with him.
It's time.
I feel like Jamal kind of the same way. So I don't think Glover gonna be able to hit him with too much ground and pound. I could be wrong, but I feel like Glover best chance is like throwing on like an arm bar, or he might be able to get him with like a rear neck or choke. Because we already seen I think Jamal's first loss in the UFC was to an arm bar. He got an arm broke.
We'll see, but yeah, I'm gonna put my money on Glover. I got him reclaiming the belt, maybe retiring after that, maybe because I'm like I don't really see anybody else for him to fight after this.
What's his name? Ankalaev.
Yeah.
Ankalaev should really be champ right now, but I know he's somewhere mad.
Yeah, he over there pissed. I don't think Glover win that. Maybe he could actually. Thinking about that, I don't know.
He ain't. Dude mad now. He already should have been champ. Now
dude cussing in different language and all that.
He gonna let whoever win that title, he about to let them have it.
If I have Glover, I'm winning this belt, then I'm retiring. We're gonna vacate this belt again.
The way I see it going, I think Jamal Hill wins it. Then he fights Ankalaev maybe 4 or 5 months later, loses it, and then I think Yuri gonna try to come back early.
I don't see Yuri coming back to like 2 years from now, honestly.
Man, he talking about he think he can be back in 6 months.
No,
8
bro.
months.
Wait 2 years.
He say he know how his body heal. And
hell no. Give you 1 year to heal up, then another year to get back training again, and then fight. Like the end of the second year.
We gonna see. I hope Yuri take his time. I hate when fighters come back too soon.
Bro.
They not the same. They just get finished.
I'd rather you be rusty than fucking still hurt trying to fight.
Yeah. So, but no, I think the lightweight title gonna bounce around a few times. I got Jamal getting it. Then I got Ankalaev getting it. Now, if Yuri come back at 100%, I think Yuri gets his belt back again.
Probably, yeah. I can agree with that.
Man, but other than that, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Got anything else you want to add?
Nah, that's pretty much it.
Cool. Well, we're out, guys.
Thanks.